Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to a cold London where it's snowing here. It's snowing.
Cold
Yes.
Cardiff,
Well, all right, here, London, you, Cardiff.
frozen
Yeah.
Cardiff.
Anyway, yeah. Welcome to a Canon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. It's the first segment of the day. I've got some pre-recorded bits and pieces which came out uploaded this morning. And one or two videos are going to be uploaded straight after this segment of live news. I've got my brother back with us, and I've got to apologise again for yesterday's. I couldn't, like I said, I had an emergency I had to deal with, and came back rather belatedly. But it was like strange that I had to do a post-game reaction for a game that really I didn't see. So I relied on everyone who came into the live chat to kind of give me like their opinion, and I kind of chipped in the bits and pieces. But we've got some more live news here, and let's get into it, shall we, Ralph?
Yeah, let's get into it, Ajax. Yeah.
So we see you guys on the other side of this music intro. Yes. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. I almost forgot the words I've been saying over 1,000 times. I think all over this world. But anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe to Cannon Fodder TV. Hit the bell notification button so you can receive all the latest news right here. Ralph, how you doing, man?
A bit off, if I have to be honest. A bit off. I like I said to you last night, that my day was a bit weird because I had the day off and then I was called into work last minute. It was a bit of a mix-up. So I was trying to watch the match, and I think, in a sense, it's just as well it happened that kind of way. And my app was playing up as well when I was watching it. So, yeah, a bit weird. But like I said, it's in Cardiff, it's very bright, but we're snowed under as well. There's certain areas that may be impassable. So anyone watching this from South Wales, I sympathise with you. I'm in the centre. It seems like a light dusting, but frost. But everywhere else is very heavy. So and also the rest of the UK as well seem to have had it, Alex.
So you never thought you'd tune into an Arsenal channel and give me like weather news? We're giving you weather news.
But no, I always seem to start that. I'm sorry. I always seem to start that. Welcome to Cardiff. It's sunny and bright. Oh, it's a bit overcast. There's a cloud over Cardiff, like the Emirates.
There you go.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think we'll get into this news segment. The first of which, Florian Balogun's got himself in a little bit of hot water of such. Apparently on Friday night, he played for the under-23 side and he scored a hat trick. Yes, including a superb solo goal in terms reaffirming the hype surrounding him. Still hasn't signed a contract extension, and I think the writing, like I said last couple of weeks, I think the writing's on the wall. He's going to believe in Arsenal. I know he's upset other people. People have just been saying, well, listen, he needs to, as good as he is, he has to wait for his turn. But anyway, straight after writing out the mark of full time, he apparently tweeted something out. Not tweeted, he sent a message on his Instagram page, and it's a caption or a video of him scoring the last goal, and then an emoji, an emoji, and people kind of not taking kindly to that. And I don't know, man. I don't know. 17, 18 years of age, and he believes that he should be playing in the first team.
Was it they say the arrogance of youth? But at the same time, I can understand it. I can understand that maybe he's a bit frustrated. Maybe he wanted to play. He's actually seeing the players in his team. They're not performing, and he just wants to be in. And I think what I'm aiming to do is try and give a balanced view, because it's quite easy for us to say, hang on a minute now, you're meant to wait your turn. You have to earn your stripes, and there's other better players in front of you. I get that. I understand that. But I also think that we also understand that being a Premiership player, it's not easy, and your time there is very fleeting. And if you're looked after in the right way, then you should get your chance. And I think we have seen quite a few Arsenal players who have had their chances again and again and again, and they're still there. They are still picked. They do like I said before, some of those non-performing players are doing a subpar job. So I can understand the frustrations of a young man who probably feels that he needs to be in there now because he can do the business. Um, it's got to be tempered with obviously with a bit of patience as well. But if you've got a young talent, I mean, I remember like Pele. I say remember Pele. I remember when he burst on the scene when he was like 17, and that's a World Cup. You know what I mean? And he kind of delivered. He delivered on 3 World Cups. So I kind of get the understanding that these days youngsters want to be there and be seen and prove it. Another sportsman, Muhammad Ali, I think he was 20 or 21 when he won the heavyweight championship. The young men, and we've all been like that once upon a time when we thought we were the best thing that since sliced bread. So
No.
yeah, yeah. So I think I think most of it is tempered, but I think he's probably just feeling he's running out of patience. And I think that's the thing with very young people. They tend to think, if I can't make my spot now, then here am I to the world. Who wants to take me? And if the rumors are true, I don't like listening to rumors. He may be on his way out, which is
you
unfortunate
know,
for us.
but putting that, his tweets and his slight arrogance. I've got to fault Arsenal for allowing him to get to the last 6 months of his contract.
Yeah,
Make it plainly clear, whether it doesn't always have to be Mikel Arteta saying or giving us the news what's happening at Arsenal. It could be somebody else. Why doesn't Edu or Vinay say, what, be definitive in your decision? We're not going to give him a contract extension, or we're still negotiating. It's been left up everything up in the air. 6 months to go in his contract, and we still don't have a definitive answer from Arsenal whether they're gonna offer him a contract extension or they're not. So it's been left to us to kind of make an assumption that maybe we might be wrong or we might be right. But
hmm.
I blame Arsenal, Ralph. I blame
Yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah, you're right. Arsenal are to blame as well, purely because this is an asset they need to look after. If they're not treating
Exactly.
it as such, then of course we're the ones who lose out. If we've seen his progression and we know that he can fit into the team, but he goes to our rivals, for example. Put it this way, and we've seen it time and time again. We've seen it often. It's not like a
Mm,
once in a blue moon situation. This happens every season. And like I
mm,
said to you, it must be about 2 or 3 podcasts back. I said, like, well, who's in charge? Who's the person who's meant to be saying, right, this is a land on my doorstep. I take ownership of it, and
mm,
I'll tell you when the players are their contracts are coming up for renewal, and I'll talk to the players and say, do you want to play for Arsenal? If you
mm,
do, then we talk with your agent. But while negotiations are going through, don't tweet, don't do anything that could harm your career here, because
mm.
then you'd be seen as these days now information is viable, isn't it? So it's everywhere. So
Mm.
regardless if it's right or wrong, sometimes mud does tend to stick.
But
So if he's sorry.
there's something to be said about players in the modern game. Well, forget about all of the other clubs. We're Arsenal supporters. All right. There's
Mm,
something to be said about players who tweet out, who send messages out, on their social media accounts. The club has to get a hold of that situation there.
yeah,
You see some players, Emerson, he's very, very humble. I've never seen him tweet out anything. You go to the extreme, we spoke about
mm,
Mustafi, our ex number 10. When those players are doing that, then the youngsters, to them, they're going to think, oh, then I've got a free pass. If they're doing it, this is supposed to be my role model, then I can do it as well. So
yeah,
the club has got to get hold and control this situation. It's just madness. It's just absolute madness. But I do blame the club. They've just
yeah,
not been definitive in what they're going to be doing with Balogun. Are we going to offer him a contract extension or not? If it's in the last year of his contract, then we know definitely he's not going to be signing for Arsenal. That's what's happening here. But
Yeah.
Ralph, man,
I
just not
know,
happy.
I know. I think maybe I may make a joke of this, but I think maybe we should start looking at the situations vacant at Arsenal and see if they got any, like, if it's press release or agents to look after players, and their information leaked out as well, because it seems to be a regular thing rather than, you know what, when you sign up, these are stipulations to you being on the contract. You
Yeah,
can do X, Y, Z. But if you do A, B, and C, then there's going to be, there's going to be ramifications.
yeah.
So I think that's what it is. It does lay with the club.
Mm. All right, the second news segment I want to talk about was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Apparently, he did travel with the team to the South Coast for the FA Cup third round tie against Southampton, but he didn't play due to some issues. And this report is coming from Sky Sports News. Mikel Arteta unsure how long Arsenal captain will be out over a personal issue. Arsenal must support captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as he deals with a personal issue, says Mikel Arteta. Aubameyang missed Arsenal's FA Cup defeats to Southampton. Arteta is expecting phone calls in regards to another issue in regards to the incoming Martin Odegaard, but we'll deal with that maybe at a later date. He went on to say, I don't know when Aubameyang will be back. He needs to address that issue. We'll see how it evolves. We're here and we have to support him, and he needs to take the time that he's needed because that is a priority at the moment. And we forget, although we call the players assets, they're human beings.
Yeah, of
It
course.
doesn't matter how much they get paid or how much little they
Yeah.
get paid. They're still human beings. They have feelings, they have family, friends, and everything else under the sun. So I don't know what the personal issue is. I've seen somebody sent me a message last night. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but yeah, I'm not going to make the assumption or assume it's something to do with maybe his wife. But yeah. So we're not sure whether we're going to see him over play on Tuesday, Ralph, against Southampton, man.
Yeah, maybe that might have been the reason why I'm giving Arteta a bit of leverage here. The reason why he had to change the lineup, I suppose. Or I'm sure he pretty much was set on playing those players that he did yesterday. Um, the only other equation to this is maybe that this might have been a situation that's been ongoing, and obviously we're not privy to other people's private lives. It might have been one of the reasons why it's affected Aubameyang, and all of a sudden it's come to a point. So we have to give Aubameyang as much wide space as possible. And yeah, I mean, thoughts goes to him and his family at this time as well, depending on what the situation is.
Yeah.
And I know of course, I say of course. I don't know for certain if he does watch us. I hope he does. I hope he checks out all the channels. But yeah, I mean, he has carried us for quite a few seasons, and as much as we have said again past blogs that he needs to be rested because it's time for the other players to start stepping in. This is if you want to turn a negative into a positive, this is a perfect opportunity now for those players now to say, right, okay, this could happen anytime. It could have been an injury, it could have been sent off or whatever else. Now's my time to take advantage of this situation and show the manager what I'm worth. And if you don't take that opportunity, when Aubameyang does return, all being well and everything, that chance is gone. That door's closed. So it's down to us players now to take responsibility.
Okay, and the last news segment of this morning is in regards to these two jokers in the pack. Apparently, Arteta apparently defended Pepe and Willian. God, dear me. I mean, Arsenal's recruitment has come under scrutiny, but Arteta has been defending record signing Nicolas Pepe and Willian. But he does go on to say that what I'm saying is that they try and give their best. You can see how hard they are trying with more or less quality, but the intention is there and the willingness is there. This is what we demand them to do, and after the decision making, the final pass, the final goal, the opportunities they have is the end product, and that's the hardest thing in football. I hope, in inverted commas, it's only a matter of time before it starts clicking for them. We are going to keep supporting them as much as we possibly can, as a coaching staff and as a club, because that is what they need. Now, I saw another podcaster. I'm not going to mention his name, and he was saying the thing is with Arteta, he's forever giving excuses for these two players. Now, if I just isolate Willian, he's won so many trophies in the Premier League. He's 32. So for me, Ralph, he just does not want to play for Arsenal. It's to do with his attitude. He doesn't want to play for Arsenal. There's no motivation. He wanted to stay in London. He wanted to play for Chelsea, but Chelsea couldn't give him what he wanted. But you can't say to me, "Oh, it's the hardest thing, to get the final pass." He's played what 7, 8 years in the Premier League, so he should be adverse. He should be accustomed to the pace and the physicality of playing in the Premier League. So there can be no excuse for this guy who will pay £220,000 a week, not a year, a week, Ralph. Pepe, £10 million. If I paid £10 million for him, I would still be upset. And again, I think for me, it's down to attitude. Because on the other spectrum, you've got Saka, who can play in multiple positions and is just showing up these so-called experienced players. It's down to attitude, Ralph. William just doesn't want to play for Arsenal, Ralph. He doesn't want to play for Arsenal. So why does Arteta continue playing Willian, who doesn't want to play for Arsenal? Rewarding bad performances is not good. It's not. It's a cocktail for disaster. But it's not good enough, Ralph. It's not good enough.
You okay?
No, I'm not. And this is from me. I didn't even see the game yesterday. I didn't see the game yesterday.
Oh my word! Like I was saying to you last night, and I shared this with the guys on this morning. So I was doing some work, and I got called into work last minute, and my phone was through this app. I was watching this match thanks to, I'll give her a mention again. Although she's a Liverpool fan, she's brilliant though, Kathy. She got me this app, and I was watching the match, and then I thought, "Oh, flipping out! We're not playing." There's one ball played from Southampton's defense, went straight through the middle of our midfield, and they were cracking on. And I was thinking, I don't believe this. So for some reason, my phone just locked off. I went trying to get back into the app, and it was like the app was saying, "Ralph, no, you don't want to watch the rest of this." My phone was just locked off, and I was thinking, what's... I went out of it, came back of it, it sat with a couple of commercials. I said, okay, watch the commercials, and it showed me a snippet of the match, and then it locked off again. I was thinking, this is just so weird. The match before was a Newcastle match. Watched it all the way through, no interruptions. It was like as if the app was saying, Ralph, it's best for you just to go into work, forget about this match. There's no chance Arsenal's going to win this one. And so Lowe said so done. By the time I got into work, actually, the time I was leaving work, the match was done. And I don't know, the way that Willian plays, yes, it's all to see. Sometimes they call it hiding in football. When a player doesn't want the ball, he makes himself not available. He gets himself marked rather than trying to lose his marker. Or he gets the ball and he doesn't want to place it where he's meant to place it. He places it somewhere else. You're talking about a professional, and I have to use that term for him rather loosely. Maybe it's a bit unfair, but he's a professional. He's more of a Chelsea legend than an Arsenal legend, of course, because he's only been in months. So he's been in the team months. Right, so he's a Chelsea legend, and that's a tag that he can't shake off because because the next sentence coming up now, he has won lots of things with Chelsea. That's the bottom line. Now, if you're talking about a consummate professional, that's a professional who will still be professional no matter where he goes. Willian doesn't fit that role. His mindset, as you said before and alluded to this before, everything from last season, before he joined Arsenal, was that he wanted to stay in London, where he's ticked that box. He wanted to stay with Chelsea. Well, that box is across. So what do you do? Command as much money as possible from his agent, and we Arsenal have allowed that to happen. We didn't twist his arm. He came reluctantly, I would imagine. Probably was dragged in, and from his performances, he's dragging as well. So when you have a person like that who feels that, you know what, I've won everything, I don't have to prove myself. It's a luxury me being paid 200K, 200,000 a week, not a month, not a year, a week, and I've won everything. What's the motivation? Where does he figure? And I can understand it from a manager's point of view that he feels that he has to back these players. But as I keep saying, if someone, but this is what I'm going to say to you now, if someone is showing you who they are and they don't change, that is who they are. They're not going to change for anybody else. This is Willian. This is Willian at its most unhappiest. This is Willian who like El Tel said, that he only smiled because was it Socrates or someone had, Xhaka had snot coming out from his nose or something. And then all of a sudden, it's like that guard had dropped, and he thought, "Hang on a minute, I'm at Arsenal."
Yeah.
So that's Willian, and we're not going to change him. That's down. I have to say, the blame lays with Arteta. So if Arteta's going to start playing him, then I can't justify that, because I haven't seen Willian even, have a shot on goal. Now with Pepe, there's something in our group chat where there's like the three Spider-Men from anyone who's seen Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. You got the real Spider-Man, you got the future Spider-Man, and you got another Spider-Man, and they're all arguing among themselves who's the real one. Well, for Pepe, who's the real Pepe? I haven't seen the real Pepe in, well, it's more than a year now.
Well, I mean, with Pepe, I kind of understand to a certain extent what Arteta's trying to do with Pepe. He's trying to play him in multiple positions. It's still not working. He's still lacking confidence, Ralph, in himself. I've just seen a comment in the chat. I mean, we'll get into the chat in a moment. Someone was saying, literally, maybe we need to loan him out so he can become accustomed to playing in the lower league, the Championship. I'm not sure if that will work or not. But at £72 million, that is a fact. Arsenal pay that money, whether it's in HP, high purchase installments. That is a fact. We expect more from this player.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is with Pepe. But with Willian, I'm thinking that's a non-starter for me. Non-starter. You've got a player who is not performing. Only one good performance, and that happened to be against my favorite team, Fulham.
Yeah.
But that apart, Ralph, it's just falling off the cliff. And then we've got Arteta, who I'm not Arteta out still, continues playing him. Like I said, if the player's showing you what he's like, don't try and flog a dead horse. Don't reward him.
That's what we've done. That's what we've done. We've rewarded. For many years, we were saying that when Arsene Wenger said that how being in the top four is a trophy in itself, and I was thinking, well, no, it doesn't matter if we're in the top four or out of the top four. I want us to win. That's to me, that's the competitive spirit. There's no point just going half-heartedly into anything, because half-heartedly in, half-heartedly out. It doesn't show anything. We've got to go full out. So if you've got your 11 players and you're watching on the pitch, you've got these days now, you've got player tracking system, so you can track where your players are going. You've got heat spots, you've got all kinds of technical gizmos. You can't be telling me as a manager you sat down there and you have to obviously as well go through the match. You have to see it from all camera angles. And you can't be saying to me that you can't see that a player is not performing. He's in training. He's training fine because that's simulation. That's possibilities. But in real time, when you're on the pitch, that player is not transferring what he's doing from training into real time. There's a problem. And if you're not addressing the problem, if you're glossing over it, saying, "Oh, it's okay," they are trying, they are going to come good. How long are you going to give them? And at what expense? The expense is going to be of younger players coming in thinking, "Oh, well, it's okay for me to be that way because the manager's quite happily giving them that kind of leeway. So I can have that kind of like mediocre attitude as well."
Again, it's just trying to flog a dead horse, in my personal opinion, with Willian and Pepe. And, you look at the likes of Reece, I'll go as, I'll say low as, but Reece Nelson, it's not comparable. He will give you a lot more than Willian.
Yeah.
He will give you a lot more than Willian. So why not play these players?
Any Arsenal player from Hell End who start from the beginning, when you put them in the team, they will give you more. Willian, as I said before, Willian is a legend at Chelsea. When I see him play, I think the blue suited him yesterday, but that was as far as it went.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. When I saw the team sheet, I was thinking, okay, you're playing them again. You're playing them again. Right, okay. At some point, it must dawn on you that those players that you chose, they're not the players that's going to take you forward. Look at the result yesterday alone.
I do understand because this is it's a congested part of the season.
We have to rotate
Europa League and the Premier League, but to me, it's like he didn't take it serious, the FA Cup serious. And if you're not taking the FA Cup serious, how far realistic do you think Arsenal are gonna get in the Premier League? We're not gonna get top 4. We're so far. I know literally, the points are quite small comparative with like the top 6-7 clubs, but it's gonna call for a massive how can I say falling grades for those teams there for Arsenal to reach top 4. The Europa League, we're going to be playing against Benfica. We're not going to beat Benfica. So what was his mind? What was his pros? What was he thinking? Like you said, take all the matches seriously, but don't play the likes of Willian. Don't play the likes of Pepe, who have failed you time and time and time again. I don't know. I just. Shall we
it's yeah. Let's go in because we've got a barnyard full of comments coming through at the moment. So let's.
Stuff ready. Magic A says, "Hi Alex, it's such a bad game. I think Arteta made a mistake with his team selection, and again, Willian being so bad, he needs to be left out of the squad for good. They need to try and sell him."
Yeah. No arguments.
Game called off. What game?
Or is that a wish? Is that a wish that the game was called? Or is that for Tuesday? I don't know.
Hi, Fane. Adi says.
Hi. Morning, Fane.
Do you think Mikel deserves to be here, Ralph?
Okay. I put my hand up. I was one of those who, after when Arsenal was in the top 5, and we had Unai Emery, I was thinking, no, hang on a minute now. There's something wrong here. He needs to be out because quite clearly he's lost the dressing room. Players not playing for him. X, Y, Z. So I put my hand up. I said that he should have been out. And if you remember, Alex, a couple of seasons back before Unai Emery came in and there was talk of Arsene Wenger leaving, we sat outside the Emirates and we were saying about which managers that we would want. And I said, well, Arteta, I'm not sure about Arteta because to me, he hasn't earned his stripes yet. He's still with Pep and everything else. And you were saying how that you wanted
Ancelotti.
You said you wanted Ancelotti in. And I was thinking, Ancelotti, well, yeah, he'll set us up, but I want to look long term. And then when Unai was appointed, I said, okay, we give it to him. And then, like I said before, I put my hand up when we was at in the top five. I thought that wasn't good enough. Despite him getting us into the Europa League final, and we went on a really good run, 22 games. So Arteta's in. He came in. The guy got COVID. He battled that. We had a really good cup run. We won the FA Cup. He beat Liverpool, Man City, I think Man United as well. And I was thinking, okay, well, there's something there. There's something there, you know. And I'm not going to say Arteta out, because he has shown glimpses of working with the younger players, and when it works, it works. But to me, it is still with the tactical nous and the lineup. He always, especially yesterday, to me, people are saying, well, saying that we surrendered the FA Cup may be too harsh, but that's what it felt like, because I couldn't see any way for us to score. Although I didn't see all of the match, you know, I think we gave away a free kick within the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I was thinking, well, you know, what's you know, there was no press. We seem to be reacting rather than being on the front foot. We always seems to be slow. I'll give you a quick example before we go to the next question. I live in South Wales, obviously, and the rugby club, the country, the Welsh rugby club, for many years, before they actually start winning Grand Slams, they were a second half team. The first half was abysmal. And then slowly, in the second half, they started applying pressure, and then they became more and more forceful, and they actually won most of their matches. And then Warren Gatland, who became the head coach of the team, he managed to unify them to be able to win not just from the first half, second half as well, and they became a really strong team. And it's all because he understood that what they did in the second half, they have to just apply it in the first half and be consistent. Arteta is pretty much in that kind of way. He gets us to play second half better. But why is it that we always start slow in the first half? Why is it that surely he must say the same thing before the match, and he must say the same thing at half time for them to get that bit more? Because in the second half, from what I saw from the highlights, we were pressing that bit and we had a few more chances. But why couldn't we have done it in the first half? We're a second half team, and that's not good enough. So for the time being, let's say time being, I still believe that, yeah, it is a process. Yeah, we are going to have some of these kind of results, but it's like I said before, there's 4 or 5 players that are showing you what they are like, and they have not changed. They haven't changed. So hence the reason why we're slow, and hence the reason why we seem to be a second half team.
James Miller sent me a comment after my post-game reaction of sorts yesterday. And I did say to him I wanted to feature his comments if that was going to be okay. And he said, yeah, it's fine. And he also told me that I'll tell you actually what he says in the comments. So he said to me, a classic Wenger mistake made playing weaker team at the start, then players that are rested play twice as hard to save the game and fail. Will Arteta not accept that Willian, Pepe, and Holding are not good enough? That is classic. That's classic Arsene Wenger. That he would feel like a weaker team. Yeah. And then when he's realized, oh, we're going to lose this one, then he'll put on the first team or the stronger players, and by then it'll be too late.
Yeah, the game's run away. The game's run away from you.
It's gone away.
Yeah.
He did actually say something else. He said, I also would like to add that this year, FA Cup would have been the 50th anniversary of when I supported Arsenal, or started supporting Arsenal. And I said, well, I'm just a few years behind you. Just a few years. But yeah. Let me go back into the live chat. I've got Des McLeod. Good morning.
Hey.
And actually, I'll go on to say that Des has invited both of us to go and visit him in Newcastle, of course, when things get better.
Amazing.
I said to him, we'll come up
be
and
up
see
for that.
and maybe a good old chin wag. Says, oi, Alex and Raz, players over 30 and over should be given a 1-year contract. So William's situation does not happen again. Yeah, I mean, that's Arsene Wenger trade print there. That once the player would have reached the age of 30, then you would have given him like only a 1-year extension, and that is it.
I
You need to
think,
get the basics.
so I think on the flip side of that, though, this is going to sound maybe I don't know if it's going to sound controversial or anything, but when Arsenal did that, we had a really strong team. When you had young players coming in to those roles, then you could do that. I don't think we can do that as much. I mean, look at Abba. Abba is not. How old is it? How old is Abba? He's
30.
30. He's 30.
Yeah.
So you're gonna give him a year extension on his contract every year.
No exceptions, Ralph. No exceptions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if it works, it works.
That's not controversial, man.
Sorry?
Who says it's going to be controversial? That's not controversial.
Well, no, it's just the fact that I'm certain that some of the players that Arsenal did have in the past, they played up to 30, 32, maybe 33.
Mm.
And to give them 1 year extension on their contract, then you start wanting to, if you haven't amassed as much as you can do when you're playing, by the time you're 30, you start grabbing at straw, so to speak. You know what I mean? So you start getting a bit desperate.
But also the wage bill. Maybe he could have foresaw what was going to happen. Imagine, would he have offered Willian that contract, even though we got him on a free? Maybe he foresaw what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me go back into
live.
Again, there's been so many comments in the live chat. I've got Tony Gaming. Good morning, guys. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well. Fane says bye Bellingham. Maggie says and as for Pepe, I think in the summer we need to cut our losses and sell him. If we can get something like 25 million to 30 million for him, we should take it. I'll tell you what, Maggie, I'll take anything for him, man. Just get him out of the club. Who will sign Pepe for 30? 30? Ha 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 ha.
I don't think anyone would. £30 perhaps.
Tora Hakim says, hi, Alex, a happy Sunday to you and your family, bro. Arteta has a very big problem. How on earth would Arteta play such a weak team? The likes of Ketia, Pepe, Willian, and Mohamed El Neni. Well, I understand that, squad rotation.
Yeah.
And how serious you were taking the FA Cup. For me, you didn't take it serious.
No.
Against Southampton. No. Southampton are what, in fifth place? Fourth,
yeah.
They're above us.
Yeah.
They're better than us.
This was the team. This was the team that lost. Was it 9-0 against Leicester?
Yeah.
And yet, this is the thing as well. We it's not to say that we don't know how these teams set up. They're not a new team. You know what I mean? We've played them before, so it's not to say that we don't know how to play against them. That's the frustrating aspect of it. It's the fact that we know this. It's not a new team. It's not I think it would be more controversial and harsh, but a real wake up call if it was like a pub team that beat us. But that would have been the romantic aspirations of what the FA Cup is about, isn't it? Yeah. Giant killing.
Yeah.
But we played against a Premiership team that we it's not an unknown.
But that says Balogun should not have done that wrong attitude. Could his agent have tweeted it? I do wonder about the people who surround the youngsters, whether it's the family members or the agents or hangers-ons, and I'm thinking somebody needs to be a guiding light for him, because I've said when you've got players like Willian and David Luiz coming to Arsenal, you need to do your due diligence. Check the history. Are they troublemakers? Are they the kind of players with the right mentality? Are they going to fight for Arsenal? So he needs to be very careful. When he goes on to his next club, they're going to be checking his history, how his attitude played out when he left Arsenal. Because I'm not sure if I want a youngster showing off and tweeting everything under the sun on the social media. But got to do the homework. Control and guide these players. Motivate them to do the right thing, not the wrong thing. Anyway,
I think that's pretty much a modicum of life as well. When you're a youngster, you tend to think you know it all, but you do need role models to
course.
say, hang on a minute now, I understand, where you're going, but this is the two sides of the coin. If you go left, that's gonna hurt. If you go right, then you're gonna prosper. But the only way they're gonna find out about these things is if you have to, at some point you have to let them grow. You have to let them make their decisions. The only thing with being in the club in this kind of environment is that they're meant to be protected by those, whether it's the agents, whether it's the club official, I say club official, but those that we put in place in order to look after that player, because one, they're an asset, two, they're human beings as well, and three, you want to make sure that the well-being of the player is looked after. You don't want them to come back at you in 5, 10, 15 years time to say, you know what, when I was going through my toughest period, I may have been banging the goals in, but no one ever put their arm around me to say how well I was doing. No one ever said to me, you know what, how are you? Are you okay? How's things at home? If you're studying to become a professional in another job, because, for example, if you're hit with an injury that can take you out of the game for the rest of your career, you need to have some kind of another career path available to you. Those kind of things. So while we, as fans, we see the outside, we see them wearing the shirt and the great moments and everything else, we tend to sometimes forget about the human part of the aspect of that person as well. How long they've been at the club, traveling away, being at different locations, trying to have friends and family, and all that influences them into being a better person.
Just a quick pause, course for the pause. I've got my brother with me. We've just been talking about Balogun. He tweeted out, well, not tweeted out. He sent a message on his Instagram. Yeah, at full time when he scored a hat trick, and he put a message out like, yeah. Also spoken about Obama. He's got some personal issues. I don't know the greater details. I don't actually know anything. Someone did send me a message, but I'm not even going to talk about that. We're not sure whether we're going to see Alba play on Tuesday against Southampton again. We'll have to wait and see. And we've also been talking about Arteta apparently defending Willian and Nico Pepe, the two players for me. One needs to be sold, another one needs to be loaned out. You pays your money, you takes your pick. Just before we go any further, there is a link for a 90-second video in the description below this video, live show. It's inspired myself and motivated my brother in this precarious moments we're living in with the pandemic and maybe job security. There's no job security. So if you're thinking about maybe like you want like a second income stream, by all means, check out the link in the comments box below. If you are interested, please send either Ralph or myself an email and we can talk about that. If you're not interested, it's no problem. But have a look at the 90-second link of the video. It's just within my attention span. I tell you what, after 1 minute, my mind just wanders all over the place. So it's just within my remit. 90 seconds. So I think, oh 90 seconds.
Your attention span is getting shorter.
I'm thinking about my holidays and everything else. So, guys, if you're interested, have a look at the 90-second video link in the description box below. And apart from that, I can see like 70 odd of you watching now. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here, so you can be the bigger community here on Cannon Fodder TV. Let's go back into the live chat and see who else has commented here. Let's have a look. Majid A says, I have said it before, Xhaka is not good enough. He had 1 or 2 good games and everyone started to forgive him and thinking he's world class. Not me. Yeah, wasn't me, I imagine. But then he needs to sell them both. Yeah, some people's memories are so short.
Yeah.
So short. I'm not going to get into it, Ralph. I mean, do you want to say anything about Mohamed Elneny, Ralph? Nah.
I think he's a good squad player. He's a good squad player. I don't know. He didn't have much impact yesterday, hence the reason why he was subbed off. I say not one of his best, but Xhaka, we're still waiting on the apology. Was it 97 or whatever it is? So it's Yeah, I'm not going to add anything else more
Okay.
negative than that.
Tura Hakim says, what did Arteta see in Nketiah, then Balogun? Nketiah is not improving in any way, striker without any attempts. He keeps playing Nketiah and then Balogun. What is wrong with Arteta, Alex? I've got no idea. I've got no idea.
Come on, Alex.
Personally,
Come on, Alex.
I would like to try and keep both of them because you need competition. You want players, baying for that spot there. I'll try and keep both of them, but I'm not part of the Arsenal hierarchy. The last thing you want is players thinking they have a divine right to have that position without any competition behind them. It's a cocktail for disaster. But personally, I want players fighting to be number one in that spot there. I don't know, Ralph, man.
I think you're letting on more than you need. You've been having secret words with Arteta, Alex. That's the reason why. That's the reason why Tory is saying that. Come on, Alex.
Alex.
Why is it? Why is it that Arteta's playing him, Alex? Come on, you got the answers.
I'll say one thing, just slightly off topic. I think it was someone called First Steps who told me yesterday. Because I told everyone very quickly that we've been trying to get hold of Edu. I did put a request out to Arsenal during the summertime, and they've not gotten back to us. So First Step said to me that it might be an idea to try and contact someone who's part of the Arsenal Football Trust, and maybe they can speak to one of the board members. So I think that's going to be my next.
That's a good tactic.
Yeah, maybe for the summertime, because I've got so many things. Because I'm back at work, I'm not able to do my morning shows, which I miss so much, people.
Yeah, the morning shows were.
But anyway.
Never know.
The Sambo says, "Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey.
Oh, what a web we practice the art to deceive."
Yes.
Goodness. I don't know. How on earth would Arteta lose this opportunity? Is he thinking of carrying the Premier League top? And that's what I said. Does he really think we're gonna get top four? We're not gonna get top four. We are not going to get top four, and we're not going to win the Europa League. That sounds so negative.
Alex, yeah, let's hold back. What I was going to say, because somebody was talking about Arteta on the chat. Someone said how Arteta looks like Captain Black. So maybe Arteta might have a few Mr.ons to try and all of a sudden we get into the top four or something. I'm just showing my age here now about these TV programs, but maybe Arteta might have something up his sleeve. That's the only thing that I can say at this point.
There is a problem and poor management behind the scenes. Yeah, there is. Yeah. I don't have much faith in Edu and Abinai in handling contracts and transfers. They still need to improve themselves, to prove themselves. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Walid Yusuf says the players are best give them time. Don't lose hope. We still give them support in God we trust, and we are still best of the best.
Well, I think I prefer God to be playing for us than Willian, to be honest.
I'll say nothing. Alex, just wondering why Fulham are your second club. Raz, do you have a second favourite club? Fulham are my original first favourite club, because that was in 1975 was the first ever FA Cup I saw, the final, West Ham versus Fulham. And I remember seeing the players come out with the white tops and the black shirts. And Ralph may or may not remember this, but what was the sports shop in North London, Islington, was it called Jacobs, wasn't it?
It was Jacobs. That's where we used to get our cricket gear and our football gear as well.
So I remember with a little bit of like, I don't know, pocket money I had, I went into the sports shop and I brought the black shorts. And I remember cutting out the number 1 and sewing the number 1 on my shorts. So that's like a condensed story of why I love Fulham. I love Fulham. You don't remember that story, do you, Ralph?
I remember you did something to your shorts. I didn't know you put the numbers on them.
Yeah, I cut number 1 and I sewed it on my
wow.
My shorts. Yeah.
Showing some creative skills even back at when you was that young. And I'll chip in with my second club. My second club is Leeds United, purely because during the 70s. Again, showing my age. The way that they scored goals. My favorite player was Peter Lorimer. Alan Clark. Crikey, Billy Bremner was captain. There was Eddie Gray, Tony Curry, wicked midfield player, Tony Curry. But it was something about the away kit. It was a yellow kit, but I got the white kit. My first kit was an Arsenal kit, which my mum got for us after we beat Liverpool in the FA Cup final.
But you know,
in
Ralph,
'71.
The Leeds United, the logo back then, I really liked because it was
The LU, yeah,
the
LU,
yeah.
yeah. The kit, and I had a bag, a sports bag as well. Back in those days, if you had a Adidas bag or a sports bag, then it looked as if you was like kind of like a mini Don, so to speak. You know what I mean? I had a brown Adidas bag, but I also had a Leeds United bag as well, and I used to carry the kit. I remember buying the kit week by week because we used to do paper rounds back in the day as well. So to actually
see how privileged Ralph was. He actually had the kit, whereas I had to go and I had to improvise. Just buy the black shorts.
Hey, listen, we worked hard for the money back then. We worked hard for the money. So yeah, but like I said, my first kit was my Arsenal kit, thanks to my mum. And then the second kit I got for myself was the Leeds United kit because I like Peter Lorimer. When he used to strike the ball, it was like he was off the ground. His volleys, and we used to play in Bedford Court in the entrance.
Yeah.
And Alex and I can reel off so much things about when we used to play football
in that patch of
in
grass.
Bedford Court. Yeah. Also in Regent's Park when this guy got us to play for his team, and I think I'm not sure if it is in your year or he went to the same school as us, but he was a greedy so-and-so he was, because we passed the ball to him. We passed the ball to him, and like we want the ball back, but he never passed back. He just went off, and then he ended up losing it or scoring. So
yeah. So anyway, Fulham story.
Yeah,
Leeds
United story.
Yeah, and actually, Ralph's never seen Leeds play, have you? I've seen them play live.
No, I never did see him. Never did see him play live, unfortunately. But I did. I'll share this quick story. If you remember when we used to go with Gran, Glorious Soul, to do some cleaning jobs, and there's this really wealthy guy called Stephen, and they live like behind Baker Street.
Yeah.
And Stephen offered me a season ticket for the Arsenal, and my gran said, "No, Ralph, you're not allowed to. You can't take that." And I looked at my gran and said, like, "Gran, it's a season ticket to the Arsenal." And Stephen wanted me to have it, but my gran said, no, Ralph hasn't earned enough to have that. So I had that season ticket taken away from me. So not privileged, but just hardworking. But I appreciate what I have with me.
Let me get back.
Anyway,
First step says, how can Arteta reward players like Pepe, Willian, and Nene? That's way below par. With Fami gone was brilliant. The last two out must be Vinay and Mustafi. This takes time, and I'll add into that as well. Xhaka and Bellerin. I didn't see the majority of the games. So I don't know how these players play, but it goes by anything I've seen for over the last 2 seasons. It wouldn't surprise me if they had a terrible game anyway. Des McLeod goes on to say Mali isn't playing. He's played 9 games. If he plays the 10th, Arsenal have to pay him £1 million. He's not injured. Yeah, I remember reading that story somewhere before. Actually,
was that right?
Yeah, it is. Right. Yeah, it's in his contract there.
Okay, well then just pay the money. We've got the money. Pay him.
Exactly.
Pay him.
Just pay him and pay him. Pay him and play him. Dearie me. The last end product is actually Willian. Run! Colour King Tim's, bro, I told you Arteta a good manager. This is why he continues to play Willian. Alex, you're right about Willian and Pepe. They should not put the shot on again. They don't care about the club. I think that is more true to be said about Willian. With Pepe, I just think there are other factors. He's probably again lacking confidence. He's not a winger. He's not a winger. We're trying to convert this player into something that he's not going to be. But
Round peg and square holes.
Say again, Ralph?
Round peg and square holes.
Yeah.
There's some people that can play Julian. There's some people that can't. So why force him?
Good morning. Why are we not talking about loaning out Pepe to Championship? That's the comment I was talking about before. Get as much of his wages covered as possible, but hopefully regular game time and get him used to playing in England. Yeah, the physicality, and maybe he probably might realize, oh my goodness, I'm playing for Arsenal. What did you know before you're playing for Arsenal, Pepe? Come on, man. Come on. God, dare me. Actually, hey up, Gooners.
Hey up.
Pepe should go on loan at Palace, a counter-attacking side. Okay. Palace, remember?
I don't know. They'll probably beat him up.
Say again?
They'll probably beat him up.
No, Zaha will beat him up. if Willian needs motivation, he should watch the Oh, Bronze Dosser. God damn me. The two Seabers holding Marty contain a £200 million Chelsea, Louise and holding a bottled Newcastle. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Yeah, why use Gabriel just coming out of...
Exactly. That didn't make any sense to me either.
Yeah, I had this conversation with my new colleagues at work. Keep the same formula. Don't change it unless there's an injury. Don't chip and change. But Arteta thinking that he can put in some of the players who've been underperforming and get away with a win against Southampton.
There you go. No. There's the proof.
Yeah.
There's the proof.
No, wasn't going to happen. Willian had 2 shots on goal all season. Ralph, there you go. He had two shots on goal.
Yeah, all season.
Hell, man. God damn. The real Pepe never arrived, and we got a degrade. Raz, Willian has had 2 shots on goal.
Yeah, well, 2 shots on goal. Whoopee.
Gumsy Gums, the look on Willian's face tells you everything. He knows he's finished. I don't think he's finished. He just doesn't want to play for Arsenal. Just doesn't want to play. Period.
Put him in to play for any other London team. If he wants to be based in London, then put him in any other London team. But
not at Fulham. Not at Fulham.
Okay. Also, you see him wearing the white top.
People, Arteta now has to stop playing him. Odegaard would crawl into our team, to be honest. Yes, he would. There does it seem to be a surprise coming. The more things change, the more things stay. Yeah, that's true. Actually,
yeah, that's true.
If we are going to take older players, they need to do on performance-based contracts. Yeah,
that's a fair shout too.
It's too top heavy, I think. Yeah. Whatever the metrics are, whether it's the distance that you run or the assist that you give there, I think performance-related contracts there. Yeah. I mean, when I was like a civil servant, towards the last 2-3 years, they changed the contracts. Performance-related pay. If you're not performing, doing the work, then we will reduce your pay. I think, better buck up my ideas, man. But performance-related pay for players who get paid millions.
For just turning up.
Yeah.
Not doing anything.
Right, let me see if I can pick and choose now, because I've just been repeating some of the other guys. Carol, good morning. I think William's salary is made up in relation to the game time bonuses. He probably has this written in his contract. I think he will sit on this 3-year contract like Winston Bogard. Yeah, Winston played for Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah.
3-year contract, Ralph. Oh my goodness.
Somebody must have been hypnotized or drugged or something to offer that.
Saw us coming again.
To allow that, rather.
We never learned our lesson.
No.
Sharifa, good morning. Good morning, Alex and Raz.
Sharifa,
Thank you for
good morning.
starting our weekend with your stream. You got this. Thank you, Sharifa. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Sharifa. Someone's a quick swing.
If motivation of an individual player affects his results, shouldn't a psychological test be part of every transfer deal instead of only the physical test they get now? And also as well, I'll put in there as well. Look at the history of the player. You know, do they have a history of being injured? Do they have a history of like disrupting the balance at the club, I like causing trouble? So yeah, why not put all those metrics in there? We want players with the right mentality. The players are going to fight. You know, I mean, again, the motivation. I just don't think he has the motivation to play for Arsenal. I'm sure, Raf, if we sold him back or sent him back from whence he came, you would see a different Willian, Raf.
Oh, he would be, he'd be cock a hoop. He'd be happy. You probably see the a permanent smile on his face because he got what he wanted. But that's what we said earlier. The fact that players are showing you not just the first time, but the only thing that's consistent is the way that they're playing inconsistently. That's the only consistency is the fact that they've been playing inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dearie me. I want Arsenal to win the FA Cup every year. I hate it when fans say it's just the FA Cup. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's the FA Cup. I mean, that's the first thing I saw Arsenal. Sorry,
Same,
the first trophy I saw Arsenal winning. You know, in my formative years. It's the best trophy in this country. Hi, Sharif. I hope you are well. Arteta threw the cup. Yeah, he did. He did. He just didn't take it serious, thinking I can probably get away with it. Playing as players, not against Southampton. A well-dreamed team. They play like a team.
Yeah.
He will come under pressure if we lose on Tuesday. Yes, it's a massive gamble, Sharifa. That's hi here. Thanks. What about you? Okay, yeah, that's like a personal message. Alex, is it something wrong at Arsenal? We have seen so many great players come to Arsenal and they drop in form. Is something wrong with the coaching? Just a thought, Ralph.
You know, many years back, I say many years back because when I was self-employed, I used to listen to Talk Sport, and Wrighty used to be on, and that guy Darren. And there was the most asked question during that period of time was, is the training right for the players? Because they were either injured or they'd come out of a match and then they'd be injured. The tactics seemed to be wrong. The coaching seemed to be wrong. They were playing well, but they seemed to be trying to go through the gears, and all of a sudden they turn up, second half or maybe first half, and then die off in the second half. So there is something wrong there. It's if anything, back then and now it seems to be the same thing. I always thought that maybe it's the ground. Maybe it's the ground because there must be something wrong with the ground that they're practicing on. Why is there such a difference between? Is it like a slow pitch that they play on? Is it a medium pace pitch? Is it a fast paced pitch? Is the pitch at the Emirates like that? There's so many possibilities, and yet it still seems to be that I've never known a season where Arsenal has gone in with all their teams, literally, let's say a team, the squad, pushing just for places and not being injured. Maybe it's just the fact that the Premiership has changed in terms of physicality, of course, and technique and speed. And you got boots as well. I remember buying my daughter a pair of boots for like 65 quid, and they were like almost like socks. They're not like the boots that we used to play, where, if you remember, when the Predators used to come out, you was able to actually bend your shot. It gave you so much leverage into your pace and everything. Or if they're not studs, they were blades. But if you had blades tend to if you slip or fall, you're more adverse to your ankle being injured than anything else than studs. So all these kind of equations seem to be played in, but it's consistent. I've as I said before, I've never known an Arsenal team where from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, we've got a squad. There may be one or two players that may be injured, not 6, 7, 8 players. So I think there's something definitely wrong with the coaching.
Mm. You know what? Des has had enough. He said, "I'm gone."
Go. Sorry, Des. Sorry. What can I say?
The players seem a little confused. There is something major going on the wages cut. Arsenal have given a free lunch for a long time now. We are serving dinner. The diners don't like.
Yeah.
Bronze, I showed a picture of Ralph Signelli to my dad. He said he said he sold him a dodgy timeshare in Spain. Ralph Pele had legendary Garcia playing alongside him. Yeah. Always took a swig of Jamaican rum before a match. Maybe Pepe should take a and he will run.
I think Mube should send him some Hennessy his way. That might make him do something. But yeah, Pele had Goretzka, and I remember watching a documentary. And Goretzka, again, he was one of those players that he ruled midfield. It was like a samba when he played, and he was the key. He was one of the key players for Brazil's success.
Guys, I want to try and run through this very, very quickly because we're going for an hour now. I'm sure Ralph wants to go and have some lunch. Privilege. My brother's so privileged.
Is lunch a privilege?
Gunner News, my here, Arsenal fan
circle. Gunner News. Yes.
Alex, Ralph, my G's. What's going on with the channel challenge, man?
You know what? We'll have to do it for next season, Alex, because we're running out. We're running out of games. We are now.
Yeah, I said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think both Holden and Gabriel need a more experienced defender alongside them. Gabriel will be great, but he still needs that experienced defender next to him.
Yeah.
Levan J says, "Good morning, Alex and Ralph. I hope you are both well. The fact that Nketiah and Willian played at the full 90 minutes shows clear favoritism from Arteta. It's just not good enough. Do you believe there's favoritism, Ralph, from Arteta?"
Results tend to show it that way, doesn't it? Results tend to show it that way. You know, I don't. Oh, man, I hate to think that there is favoritism, but if there clearly is, then the things that it puts Arteta in a corner. He won't have much room to maneuver, because slowly and surely those players are gonna turn on him and say, "Well, look, you've got so much talent around, and yet you're relying on people that's letting you down week in, week out. What's going on?" And I would think that if we had a chairman, an owner who cared, then surely he should come down and say, "Well, hang on now, you're not based on the results alone. Why are you playing this player? He hasn't done anything."
And that's why I think we miss a David Dean type figure, a father figure at Arsenal, someone that has the link between the players and the boards. And like I said, it doesn't always have to be Mikel Arteta talking to us, telling us what's happening at Arsenal, whether it's the transfers or the injuries. It can be somebody else just stepping forward and just saying to take the pressure off Mikel Arteta. Does he have favourites? I don't know. What I don't like is the inconsistency when a player has been sent off, when a player has done something wrong. You see what happened with Pepe. He was made to apologise. Gabriel, when he got sent off, he was made to apologise. Xhaka hasn't apologised.
Yeah.
So there's inconsistency. Whether you could call it favoritism, I'm not sure. But it's the inconsistency, the man management or the person management at Arsenal. That is so frustrating, Ralph. Very frustrating. Let me see if I can go these very, very, very quickly because my stomach's starting to rumble. But here it says, I look through our starting 11 lineup, and at least 7 players are not good enough for our Arsenal.
There you go.
7 players. Oh, my goodness. Oops.
I tell you what, though, Leno had a good game, The only thing that when I saw the goal, the ball, although it took a deflection, it went underneath him. So I think even if the game went into extra time, we wouldn't have come away with it. So I think that the only shining light for me is that Leno did did put off quite a couple of good saves.
Yeah, yeah. If we don't get into Europe for next season, then we have taken a backward step, and it's not progression.
Fair point.
I even spoke to James at the end of the last season, and we said this coming season will probably be the last time that we'll be in the Europa League and see any kind of European football for the longest time. And it's coming to a head now. It's coming to a head. Let's see. Yep, guys, 50 people here. Well, it's over 100 now, and only 16 thumbs up. What's going on, people?
Come on, guys.
Right, people. What's going on?
As you're watching, let's just do a quick thumbs up. Just a quick thumbs up.
There you go. Guys, now
not much effort. Thumbs up.
Yeah, and subscribe as well.
Subscribe and thumbs up. Buy the merch. Thumbs up. Subscribe.
There you go. You heard it from the Don Raz.
Don Raz.
Random question here, Alex. Are you and your family from the Caribbean? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, Caribbean descendant. Both our parents are from. Actually, my dad was born in Antigua, and he moved to the island of Dominica when he was very, very young. But yeah, we're both of Caribbean descent. Why the question? Arsene Wenger was very good in supporting players on a personal level. The club has regressed in that respect. Yeah. Let's see. That's very, very quickly. Alois says Arsenal have lost 6 of their last 8 games in all competitions that Willian has started. Yeah, 1 win, 1 draw. That one victory was against Newcastle in the FA Cup, which was 0-0 with Willian on the pitch. How sure are we Balogun is going to be better than Nketiah? And Nketiah also had a great stats in the under 23s. So did Afobe and Akpon. Where are they now? I like Balogun, but he has no right to demand anything. Ralph?
Yeah, like I said before, arrogance of youth. We all think that we're a lot better than we are. It's only like humility which comes with time and experience, and also having been surrounded with the right people. So if he feels aggrieved that he's not been given the opportunity, and there's only 6 months left on his contract, then the choice is pretty much up to him. If he wants to prove a point, I always say about this, and I think maybe it might be a feature we may have to look into doing this at some point, Alex. It'd be good to find out which past Arsenal players, wish that they stayed at the club and actually won something before they had moved on to our rivals, so to speak. Because I'm sure there's some deep regrets with like Cesc Fabregas. I'm not sure about Ashley Cole as such, because he did jump.
Kleb. Yeah, he actually got
posted.
Yeah, I featured him summertime where he actually spoke about he leaving Arsenal to go into the other side of the grass. The grass is not always green on the other side. Yeah, but that would actually be a good segment, Ralph. Actually, yeah. Apart from the other segment that we need to do as well, young Arsenal players.
Yes, and part 3 of our video as well. So a few things in the pipeline.
You got a lot of homework, Ralph, man. Let me go through this last quick round. It's a shame. Maybe it will give Arteta more space to focus on the Premier League. We're not going to get top 4, Sharifa. We're not going to get top 4. Captain Black post was mine, Raz.
Okay, so he's not. He knows the Mr. Ons very well. Then
Southampton will lose on Tuesday. I hope so. DS Electrons Unlimited. I hope so. Alex with here and Alex without here. Yeah. What? What are you talking about?
That's a bit uncalled for.
Blow the belt, yes. People watching, only 18 thumbs up. What's going on? It's a sad day. If you give a thumbs up, what's going on? Only 18.
Guys, all we're asking is just for you just to like, or even if you just dislike, just give us a thumbs up, because we're still growing. We're coming up to our 3rd anniversary next month as well. But if you just give us a thumbs up, if like at least maybe 20 of you added on to the 18, just do a quick thumbs up. Do a quick thumbs up. We appreciate it. We do appreciate it. But we appreciate the 18 as well.
Thank you for that. Alex, surely you have enough money to buy a house FC. If only. If we need some more. Why not just hit the super chat button now? Pow!
Yeah. Do the thumbs up, and then we can make a siege on the Emirates and get and see if we can get Dangote as well.
Yeah, GoFundMe page as well. Yeah, my first moderator, delete and timeout. Nice one, Ashley. Thank you for that. We do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Again, I just saw a couple of comments there. People are being really, really silly there, and I just deleted, put the person, I blocked them for forever. Forever's a long time. Alex and Raz, if you own a business, wouldn't you make sure that the employees you brought in were reflective of your company and do as much as you want to them? Now think about Arsenal and makes you wonder.
Yes. There is. Comment of the day.
Wimbledon were my second team. I lived near there and was lucky by pure chance to take photos. Then invited to join them with the FA Cup 1 hour after they beat Liverpool. Yeah, talk about David and Goliath.
Yeah.
What is his position then?
Gun deacon.
Not sure. I know what you mean. Pepe's already on loan on the bench. Pepe has only played 5 games, but he's been there almost 2 seasons. Almost 2 seasons. Willian's face looks as if he's squeezing him at times. Anyone agree? It's easy to say a player is not trying when they are poor. William is 30 plus, and things can go downhill so fast when you hit But he's 32. So he had already hit age 30 when he was at Chelsea. So that's no excuse, man. It's no excuse.
No, if you're professional, then even I think this thing about when you hit certain milestones can be a bit of a myth. It depends on your actual mentality of the person. If you're positive and you've gone through certain hardships, then it does toughen you, but at the same time it makes you a bit bolder and makes you stronger, and you can also put your strengths where you're strongest as well. So I think it's a bit of a myth, to be honest.
Almost an end. William's simply not good enough anymore, sadly. William didn't want to leave Chelsea. He said he can't believe that Chelsea didn't give him a 3-year contract and was quick to move. Yeah, I mean, that's why he didn't want to leave Chelsea. It was finished, and it's simple as that. It happens. All players eventually. If we didn't, we would still have Henry playing for us, but even in his 40s now. Got to draw a line somewhere, man. On here, where are we? Because I've got this very, very quickly. I want to be mindful, try and give everyone an opportunity. JDK says, great show, lads. JDK, thank you. Bossman, thank you very much. Number 10 gone almost now. Now it's Willian's turn. I hope he goes. However, the real concern is Pepe. Ralph, remember AC Milan players always used to get hamstring injuries, and they found out it was a turf they were using. You could have a valid point.
Been going on too long.
Eddie was playing yesterday as if he was on a beach ball. Into the game. I think guys Gunners should have a little more patience with Pepe and Willian. What? No, there are 2 players who could help if used right. Is Reece Nelson injured? I'm not absolutely sure.
We'll find out.
Whoops. What I missed? Sorry. Before they end the stream, we should all give them a like and smash the button. Ha! Thank you for that, Sharifa. Thank you,
Sharifa.
Someone where is getting a bonus every time William is on the pitch. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not us.
And Essa Khan says she has subscribed. And
thank you.
Rossa says he's mad. Why are you mad? Thanks for the subscribe, Essa Khan. It's great fun room to join. Hello. I think we are done, Ralph.
Nice one, Ajax.
There's 40 likes, guys. 40 likes.
Thank you.
What, guys?
Oh.
Well, I don't think I did. I'll try and give everyone an opportunity. I didn't see your comment there, but anyway, we are done. We're done here. We're done here. It's funny because I said yesterday, I'm not going to do a live show on Sunday. And where am I? We're
Doing
doing
a
a
live
live
show on Sunday.
show on Sunday. I've got to thank my brother Ralph. Thanks for
Thank you
coming,
very
Ralph.
much. Much appreciated, Ajax.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic.
If only we could bottle this, send it to Arsenal, and tell them, look, this is a true representation of all the fans. Get your act together, sort it out, and on to the next match.
Problem is, they won't listen to us. They wouldn't listen to us. Go play Willian. Willian, you need to run. Run, me. Pepe, sort your attitude out, mate. Sort it out. Start running. Yeah, 1-2 touches. Keep it simple. Lemon squeezy. They wouldn't listen to us, Ralph. They wouldn't listen to me anyway. Guys, do you want to do? I'll do the outro, Ralph. Don't worry. I'll do the outro. I don't want to too much burden on your shoulders.
Thank you, because I'm privileged.
Yeah, listen, we've got a lot of hope to do. We've got to do like the trilogy. I mean, I've titled it the Lost Years, because like I said many times, Ralph and I, we weren't allowed to go see Arsenal in the 70s, 80s, and actually late 80s. I had my children, so it wasn't a non-starter for me, you know. So we did 2 videos. We're going to do a third video, but time ran out, didn't it, Ralph?
Yeah.
So we're going to finish off trying to do the trilogy. We've also got to do young Arsenal players, or the greatest maybe 11 Arsenal players, young Arsenal players that play for Arsenal.
Young
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
And then
We're going to do. I said that we should do one about players who left Arsenal who regret that they didn't win anything with us.
Oh, dear me! I'm sure the list will be very, very long. Very, very long.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that's it. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Be part of the bigger community here on this platform. There's just so much content coming out every single day. I know a video has gone live. Actually, I was recording it. I was editing it this morning. Expect to see some changes on the Voice of Reason. I've been just mucking around with thumbnail artwork. So look out for that. When does your segment come up? It's every Wednesday, isn't it, Ralph?
Every Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, every Wednesday. All right, every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. Time will vary, but it's every Wednesday.
Okay, guys. So that's it. And listen, again, thank you for joining. I saw the numbers like reaching over 120 at any one time, and like overall, it's been just like 1,500 people viewing us over the course of a 1 hour and like 20 odd minutes. If you're new, again, make sure it's not the last time that you view Canon 4 TV here. Thank you for joining us. I might be back, or I might not be back. You just have to wait and see. If you don't subscribe, you're never going to know. You're not going to know.
You teaser, you.
But anyway, if you've been wondering who or what you've been listening to, you've been listening to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans.